Welcome to African Political Arena. Now, Julius Malema, the EFF leader, that is the opposition leader in South Africa, has spoken and he has said that all Africans should have a common language, which is Swahili, for them to, they should have their own language for them to be united.
Swahili is the
I
most
want you
practical
to listen
language,
to what
not
he
because
said
it's big,
before
it was one of the big
proceed.
languages. No, it's not, but it's already being spoken in different countries. So you might say Zulu is big, but it's only spoken in South Africa. But once you go with a language that is already in different countries, then you are not going to start from zero. Hence, we've made a call as
Also
EFF.
very similar to Nguni languages, by the way.
So we have made a call, and you'll find some dialects of Zulu as well in Swahili. So we've made a call to the minister in the past as EFF for Swahili to be taught in schools. And once we start teaching Swahili as South Africa, then we'll be able to call all of African continent to start teaching Swahili. And once we've got a common language that we can use to communicate amongst ourselves and not use colonial languages,
And
the unity of Africa is going to be easy. Now we are divided between the Francophones and the Anglophones.
But he has spoken about the common language, which is Swahili, that is the language we should have for all of us to be united so that we may push our issues as Africans. But I want to tell my brother Malema, and thank you so much, because all of us, we listen to you and we are grateful because of the way you continuously fight for Africans. I want to tell you today that the main issues affecting Africa, honestly, one, unemployment to the north, to the south, to the west, to the east. Unemployment is such an issue, and that is the reason why we are having issues between each other. South Africans against Nigerians, Ghanaians against South Africa, against Nigerians. That is one main issue. Unemployment. There are no employment in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Nigeria, such that Nigerians now have to go to look for greener pastures in South Africa, and South Africans are not happy. And that is the main issue. Number two, corruption. My brother Malema, if you want to assist Africa, then speak about corruption, because we have been electing leaders who are actually out and about to just steal from us. Number three issue which is affecting Africa is something we call insecurity. Of course, insecurity sometimes is brought about by corruption or unemployment. So the two main issues affecting Africa is actually corruption and unemployment, and these are brought about by leaders, bad leadership in Africa. Now, if you want to assist Africa, then start speaking about how to eradicate unemployment. Let us have as many industries as possible. Let us have as many industries as possible. Why do we have to import almost everything from China? Even toothpicks. Why are we importing everything into Africa? We can have these industries here. Excuse me. We can have industries in Africa so as to end unemployment. Again, when it comes to corruption, we need to fight as Africans to fight against corruption. We need to fight against corruption, because even if we collect all this money we would be having from the industries we've created, then that money ends up into the wrong hands, being stolen. The continent will not be developed. We will continue borrowing as usual, because that is what we are known for, borrowing right, left, and center, simply because the money which is there, which is collected from Africans, is actually used in the wrong things. It's stolen. Insecurity. We also need to ensure some of the nations like Nigeria, the issue of Boko Haram and all those issues of insecurity, if we can assist Nigeria to be stable, then the farmers in Nigeria will start farming. If we can ensure that DRC is stable, then and collection of minerals and processing in the right way, then we'll have so many people from DRC getting employed. Those are some of the solutions we should be thinking around. Colonization happened, but we must now move on. We cannot stick there thinking about these people did this, these people did that. We cannot blame our colonizers forever. Avoiding to speak in the language you're calling colonial languages, it will not help us. If all of us speak in Swahili, it will not end our problems. Ask the people of Tanzania. They speak in Swahili, but this Swahili, it has not assisted them. How many teachers from Tanzania can teach elsewhere in Africa? Even their own neighbor, Kenya. Tanzanian teachers cannot teach in Kenya, but Kenyan teachers teach in Tanzania simply because of language barrier. So when you speak to the people and tell us that common language will actually help us, my brother Malema, that will not assist us at all. We watch Nigerian movies. We listen to the Nigerian music also, and also South African music we listen. But when you tell the people to start learning another language, how about the people who, do you know how many people listen to Nigerian music outside Africa? Do you know how many? So many. So you cannot giving us a language in Africa. That will not solve the problems affecting Africa. It will not, my brother, with all due respect, and we love what you're doing. Each and every nation in Africa has their own challenges. Yes, we must start dealing with that. Now, you're saying there should be no visas in Africa. People just move around freely. But that will only, the future, that will mean that the most populated countries in Africa will be, now they'll be favored sort of, because of course they don't have jobs. They'll get jobs into the others. But sooner than later, every other part of Africa everybody will just be jobless. We need a solution, a lasting solution. Speaking in one language, which is Swahili, as you suggest, it is good, but truth be told, it will not solve the issues affecting Africa. The East Africa, let me tell you, my brother Malema, the East Africa, that is Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and also part of DRC, part of Burundi and Rwanda, they speak in Swahili. But it has not eradicated the problems affecting them. They are still having issues. The same problems, the same region, that is the East African bloc, they have an employment issue. So let us proceed, whatever language, fine, but that will not necessarily end the problems affecting Africa. Again, we cannot live without the rest of the world, because of course, even if we want to start industries, we do not have all the raw materials we need. We need other nations to import raw materials to do the industries we are thinking about. And also, even we can manufacture things, and also we want to export to other nations. So we cannot disassociate ourselves from the rest of the world. But at the same time, we can make Africa better, but still associate with the rest of the world. We can create, we can compete at a better level than the way we are competing right now, because we are down there simply because of so many things like the ones I have spoken, bad leadership in Africa. So, Malema, even as you push that, please, everywhere, can we push our leaders to stop corruption? That is one. Can we push our leaders to ensure that we have industrialization happen? Let it happen. And ensure also that at least security for each and every African is guaranteed, for the farmers to do their farming, for the people teaching they do that, for everybody to just do their thing without hindrances. That is what I think as an African. And by the way, we are so highly appreciative of what you keep talking about Africa. And I want to ask everybody watching, especially from Africa, kindly, what do you think about a common language for all of us Africans? Do you think a common language will help Africa? Do you think a common language will assist Africa? Because if you ask me, as like Nigerian movies, if they start doing them in Swahili, instead of even going for another international language like English or even French, I think that would give them a better market, instead of trying to fight with other people who are not Africans. I think there's something we can do for us to move forward. Kindly let me know what you think on the comment section, and again, subscribe to my channel and also like my video. Thanks so much.